Good morning everyone, and thank you so much for joining my channel. My name is Julie, and if you're new here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be advised when I post new content. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you don't, that's okay too. Just put some comments so that I can get some feedback from everyone and improve on my content. So today I'm going to be showing everyone my craft space. I've been getting a lot of requests to see how I work and how I store my things, what I use. So I'm happy to show everyone my space, and if you have any questions or if you're wondering where I got things, any particular items, feel free to comment below. You can also join our Facebook group, which is Canadian Embroidery and Supplies by Julie at Fiogo. Our community is really great when it comes to asking questions on where you're purchasing your supplies. I personally sell quite a bit. Maybe I shouldn't say quite a bit. Right now I'm selling embroidery blankets. So you can check out my website. It's called bcblanks.com. Right now I just have my embroidery blankets up, but I will be adding, I have quite a bit of stuff coming in. Please keep a lookout. I have onesies and t-shirts and vinyl coming in, as well as ribbons. So I'm going to be selling quite a bit of the newer things that you would need for crafting and embroidering, so please keep a lookout. And I'll also be posting on the Facebook group when I get new things in, as well as my Instagram and Facebook page. So that being said, let's get started. I'm basically going to work through, I have almost like stations in my craft space. This office space is in my basement in my house, so I do work out of my house, which is really nice. So right here I have my embroidery space. So you can see my machine behind me. I have my Melco EMT 16X. So it is a 16 needle machine. It's the more industrial type machine. So here I have my ironing table, and I have just like my little iron here, so that when I'm doing applique and whatnot, I can just kind of go back and forth, because I do those a lot. So yeah, so this is my embroidery machine here. As you can see on this side, I've got my pegboard. On my pegboard, I store all of my hoops at the top. So I have the Mighty hoops. I love Mighty hoops. I would not go without them because honestly, hooping is like something that is just not, I hate it. Like personally, it's not my thing. Some people love doing it. I hate it. It has to be done, obviously, and it's probably one of the most important steps in embroidery, because if you don't hoop properly, your stuff is not going to turn out, because you're going to get a shitload of puckering and whatnot. So but yeah, Mighty hoops are my favorite, and I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm probably going to be purchasing like another, as they came out with the round ones, so I think I'm going to get one for the chest logo. Right now I have these little round ones for the chest logo, which came with my machine, but again, not a big fan. I'd rather just stick to Mighty hoop. I have my thread here. The majority of my thread are Robinson Anton, which I purchased locally, so that's why I love these. They're easy to get, they ship really quickly. The other thing that I love about these, I know this is really weird and quirky, but they're shorter. They're like, these are, if I'm not mistaken, 5,500 yards of thread. So they're really like, it's the same thing as Madeira. I'm almost positive that it's got the same amount of thread, but they're just a shorter cone. And the bottom of the, well, of course it's not going to do it. The bottom of the cone just pops out. So you can loop your loose thread around the bottom, and then you just pop it back in like that. Madeira has the same concept. Hold on, I've got some Madeira thread here. So let me just double check. I'm almost positive. Yeah, actually this is 5,000 yards. This one's 5,500. So you actually get more in this one. This one has the same concept of the pop out at the bottom, but it actually has, I don't know if you can see this, but it actually has like little clips that you have to like, it doesn't pop out all at once. You have to like go around it and unclip it, which is really annoying. I don't know, just a personal thing. You can pop it back in. You can buy them here in Canada. And if any of you guys are wondering where I purchase them, I can let you know. I can also let you know where I buy these. Just send me a comment. I'd rather send like personal messages or just respond to comments. So yeah, Robinson Anton thread, Madeira thread. And also, I should show you guys these bad boys. These are also Robinson Anton. They come in these massive rolls for black and white. It is 11,000 yards. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet because I have a smaller cone, so I'm wanting to use this one first before I move on to the big one. But I have this guy in black and white, and they're like really cheap. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna move on because if I talk too much, this video is gonna be super long. I have my Sulky Tender Touch backing here for when I make t-shirts for kids. I've got all of my scissors, my shears. I've got my temporary adhesive sprays for when I'm doing applique here. I've got my applique scissors. I've got two kinds. I've got the orange Fiskar curved scissors. I have these guys. I don't even know what the brand is, and I haven't used them yet, so I can't tell you if they're any good, but I was in the mood to try something different, and I haven't even used them yet, because these ones, I feel like they kind of are getting dull. I've had them for quite some time, and do have another one, a brand new one that I haven't opened yet, but love Fiskar. That's like my favorite brand when it comes to scissors. Like these guys are Fiskar, and all of my rotary cutters are Fiskar. That's another thing here that I carry in my my pegboard, or so I've got, this is the 45 mil. I've got, this is another 45, but that's not Fiskar. The big guy. I think this is a 60 millimeter. And then I've got the little guy, which I think is like 25 millimeter or something. So love my rotary cutters, as you can see, and I bought the Fiskar rotary blade replacements so that you can just switch that up. What else do I have in here? I have my vinyl here. Majority of my vinyl is glitter, let's face it, when we're doing like kids stuff. And then I've got like the more patterned stuff. These ones are going to be up on my website shortly. I'm getting my shipment in probably in the next month. So keep a lookout for the embroidery vinyl. And if there's something specific that you're looking for, please let me know too, because I'm always happy to look at what my supplier offers and if I can carry something new. I love unique stuff that we're not seeing too much out there, because I feel like a lot of times people are just repeating other people's designs, and let's make things unique. Let's try new things. Let's, you know what I mean? So if you see something out there that you think would be really cool, let me know. I'm happy to look into it. I think that's pretty much it for my embroidery space. As for like my, so right now my machine is set up for my mighty hoops, but I also have my hat hoops. I have like my clamps, my pro clamps. What is it called? Melco Fast Clamp, Fast Clamp Pro. So I'll show you guys where I store all of that. Alright, as I was saying, I have all of my hooping stuff in my table. So this is a craft table that my dad actually built for me. Thank God for my daddy. He's super handy. So if you know somebody who's handy, or even just somebody that does carpentry, or that is like a contractor or something like that, this table, I swear to you, like, I don't know what I would do without it. I use it every day, and I use it to store things. The actual design of it is on Google. Like if you Google DIY craft table, and it's an IKEA table. So it's got the calyx bookshelf on each side. So there's 3 of them. So what I do is I store my boxes in here. These are, again, IKEA boxes, super cheap. I had to take you off the stand. I've got my Fast Clamp Pro here. I've got my hat hoop there. I use the Gen 2 hat hoop, if you guys are curious. And then in here I've got all my stabilizers. Oop. I have my tearaway, my cutaway, my water soluble. I also carry like the, what do you call it? It's like an adhesive for when you're making patches. So that's something else that I do with my embroidery, and I've got a lot of my materials in here for my patches. I've got my foam, and this is for hooping, like if you want to do puff embroidery on hats, which I've just recently done. I love doing hats now. That's my like new thing sort of, so it's been really fun. And the last thing I've got in this drawer here are my bobbins. So I have black and white bobbins. These are for my EMT 16X, and this is for my Brother PE 800. So next thing here is my sewing station. So I have, bring you guys here so you can see a little bit. I've got my computer, obviously day to day. That might be something that you guys are interested in knowing, what I use for time management. I'm super huge in being organized, and I love using Asana, asana.com. It's free. It's like an application where you can actually create yourself tasks or projects, and then you can indicate like the due date and if you've completed it, or if you have any notes that you'd like to put for that particular project. So anytime I get an order, anytime, even if it's just a quote, I pop it in there, and then I will just keep an eye on it. That way I'm never late on my due dates. Things are done on time. I know what I need to do in my day. I can organize myself ahead of time the night before. I make sure that things are just properly organized so that I'm not wasting my time. And if I have free time, I'm making samples. Guys, if you have free time, make your samples. I cannot stress that enough, because when you have a really busy Etsy shop or website or Facebook marketplace, orders are coming in like crazy, great. That's awesome. That's what you want. But that also, kind of takes all your time, and then you're not able to make new designs. You're not able to show people your products. You're not able to, like, your new products, sorry. And you're not able to just keep on trend. That's really, really important, to keep on trend when it comes to your shop. Stay on season, stay on your occasions that are coming up, whether it be Christmas or Easter, whatever it is. You always want your shop to be up to date with that, so that when people are buying for those particular occasions, when they go to your shop, that's what comes up first, because that's what people want to see. So you have to make sure that time management is super, super important. So if you have any questions about Asana, I'm more than happy to walk through it with you guys. I can do another video, or I can, just talk about it a little bit more in detail. This is my sewing machine. I have the Baby Lock Brilliant. Love my sewing machine. I bought this machine probably about a year and a half to 2 years ago. I was sewing like mad because people were going nuts with the masks and the scrub caps. My mother-in-law is a PSW, so her entire crew was like, please make me masks, please make scrub caps. So I was just sewing like a mad woman. If you have any more questions about that, let me know. And then in this corner, I kind of have like my packaging area, if you want to call it that. I have my label printer here. I've got my printer that I print my packaging slips on. I've got like a little drawer down here. So everything in here is like stickers for my orders. I've got my thank you cards. I have my mailers in here that I organize down here. These are my mailers, and so on and so forth. So I just basically have my mailers per size. I would love to label them with my Cricut machine at some point. I just haven't gotten to it yet. In the corner there, I just have more thread. Some is sewing thread, some is embroidery. This embroidery thread I use for my P800 because they're the smaller cones, and they're just the bro thread that you can order on Amazon. I had purchased that as my starter kit when I first bought an embroidery machine, and it was probably the best investment ever because it really gives you a good variety of color, and it's a really cheap price. The thread is really great quality. I never had any problems with it. The shine may not be as nice as like a Robinson Anton or Madeira. Like, let's face it, those are more high quality thread. But again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it to start off. I also have my scale here in the corner that I use for when I'm shipping orders. I've got a little cart here. I don't know if you guys can see this. So this cart I have, this is my cart. I basically have all my ribbon in here. These are my 1.5 inch double face satin ribbon that I use to make all kinds of stuff, from tutus to tooth pillows to reading pillows. And then I have my smaller ribbon up here on the top, along with any accessories that I need for making masks. I have up here my elastics. I've got my little toggles for my elastics. And then I have some nose. I've got these guys. They're for the nose, to bridge on the nose when you're making your mask. So that's basically it in my cart. Alright, so in this part of my space, I have my TV up here, and I have that connected to my computer, so if I'm wanting to watch you know, whatever, YouTube channel or I don't know, whatever it is. It's there. Then I've got, let's face it guys, we all need one of these. Tim Hortons coffee. Yep, I definitely drink this every day. It keeps me alive. And if you're not a coffee drinker, well, they also sell teas and all kinds of yummy stuff. So I've got my Cricut machine here, and I generally will use that just to do like my sublimation. I'm not huge on my Cricut machine. I know some people make some beautiful stuff, but when I need it, it's there. I have the Cricut maker, and it works really great. Moving on, I've got my Brother P.800 over here. This guy, I feel really bad because I haven't used it since I moved, which was like, when did I move? March. So it's been like 3 or 4 months since we've moved here, and I just, changing my thread all the time, it's just not, you know, something that I love doing. I really do want to start using it again. It's my first love, this guy. I just will use it for the smaller projects, things that don't have as many colors and they're easy to hoop, because I don't have mighty hoops for this. This comes with your regular clip-in hoops, and it's just a pain. Where did I buy my P.800? Everybody asks this question because they're really hard to find in Canada. Amazon has them sometimes they're sold out, but when they do have them, they're ridiculously priced. They have them probably like $1,000 to $1,200 or something like that. I paid $800 for my machine, taxes in, everything. But the caveat is my parents have a place in Florida. So I had my machine, I purchased it Walmart.com, which you cannot use in Canada. You have to use Walmart.ca in order to ship to your address in Canada. So what I did was I went to Walmart.com, I ordered it and shipped it to my parents' address in Florida, and they brought it back to me when they drove back in March of like 2 years ago. So I was really lucky. Thank you again, my parents. I rely on them so much. And I love this machine. Like I said, I would never get rid of it. It's my backup machine too. If something ever happened to my industrial Melco, you know, somebody's got to come in and fix it, then that Brother machine is my backup. Here I have all my fabrics. I have still a lot of fabric that I need to organize, and I have another shelf like this that I purchased. I just have to put it together. All of my bolts are, my bolts are down on the bottom shelf. I also have a bolt of Heat and Bond, which I use a lot for my appliques, and then I've got my polyfill, which I use when I'm making pillows and things like that. There I have a row of bins from the floor up. These are all basically blanks that I use. I've got hats in there, I've got t-shirts, tank tops, onesies, blankets, tea towels, aprons, all things that I embroider on. They're all blanks that are readily available for when I get orders. That's kind of how I keep myself organized there. I'm not gonna get it. Okay, so I have a lot of storage in my table, because I was just saying, like, what I showed you with my embroidery machine is ×3. So I have an embroidery section, I have a sublimation section. I store all my sublimation paper, so this is one of them, the larger one. I keep it out because I can't store it in my table, it's too big. But all my sublimation paper, everything that, like my tape that you need, like your heat resistant tape, everything like that is in my table. On the other side of my table, I have more sewing stuff. Is here, I've got drawers. These are vinyl, more vinyl, ribbon, more ribbon, yeah. And then I've got just like elastics and stuff in here. Oh, and I have like all my accessories and stuff like that when I'm sewing. It's that guy. And I'm going to take you in here. I've got more thread, sewing thread. And these are all scraps. Everything from this shelf down are all scraps of like fabric. Oh, sorry, I lied. I've got buttons and jewels and stuff in here. But this guy, scraps, scraps, scraps. That's all for when I'm doing appliques and stuff like that. As you can see here, I have my ring light. My lighting is really poor in here, guys, and I'm going to apologize about that, but I'm in the basement. The window is quite large, but the lights themselves are not super bright, so I am in the process of looking for a really nice light bar where I can maybe just put that somewhere and hide it. Like, so if you have any ideas, or is there something that you use to really brighten up your workspace, please comment down below. I have my mannequin here that I use for my photos, for my shop, my website, and my Etsy. That is a 3T mannequin, I believe. But you can buy smaller ones for babies, and you can buy the bigger ones for the older kids, 5T, 6T. I have my heat press here. This is a cozy, 16 by 12, I apologize, heat press. Bought that a few years ago, and I like it. It's a swivel, so it comes out. I like it, but I don't. The temperature is kind of iffy on it sometimes, and the other thing, as much as I love the swivel because you can really have the space to put, it only gives you a certain thickness. So if you're doing a sweater or something like that, good luck in trying to keep everything in place when you swivel it back, because it's only got a certain amount of thickness. Like, I really want to get like a nice big, like maybe like a 20 by 20 clamp or a clam heat press where it just comes down and goes back up. And then this is my Epson 15,000 Eco Tank printer, and that's what I use for my sublimation. It's got sublimation ink in there, and I do all of my printing here. Anything from 8.5 by 11 to my larger paper that I was showing you guys. This guy. Oh, this is a 13 by 19 koala sublimation paper. My 8.5 by 11 is a sub paper that I use. So if you have any questions about sublimation as well, I'm happy to answer them. I'm like still learning a lot myself. It's a learning curve when you're starting something new. Embroidery is my main thing, but if you have any questions about whether it be sublimation or using the Cricut, like, I'm happy to help however I can. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is my closet. Oh, God, I have too much stuff. We all know what it is to be a crafter, right? So I've got my sticky, I've got a whole bunch of minky fabric because I love making baby blankets. So that's all minky on the top, on the bottom here. I've got my paper, like it's like a wrapping paper, and I use that for when I'm wrapping my orders. I've got some envelopes in there. I've got all kinds of stuff. My tool all on this side. So yeah, like, it's just basically all material, because let's face it, we always need material when you're crafting. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's my space. That's how I'm organized. I kind of have, like I said, little stations. I guess I should show you guys my last thing. This is my light box that I take pictures with for my Etsy shop and my personal website, which is bearcubeboutique.com, so check it out. So that's it. If you guys have questions, comments, whatever down below, I'm happy to answer anything. And if you have questions about where I'm buying my stuff, or if there's something again that you're looking for specifically that I can add to my blanks website, bcblanks.com, I'm happy to do that. At the moment, I'm just going to reiterate, these are my heirloom baby blankets that I have on my website. They come in white, blue, pink, yellow, and gray is what I have in stock right now. So you can purchase those. They're great to embroider on if you put like a really pretty monogram, or you know how you can do the designs with the baby's date of birth and their name. It's always like a really nice shower gift or a nice gift for a new mom. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, concerns, please comment down below. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.